Bouncing back, winning the second, 21-12. Well, right at the start of the match, Ian, you said that you were going to be interested in this, of the tactical battle and what tactics were going to be used, but also you mentioned the fact that Wang Shixian looked a little bit jaded yesterday in her match against Goto of Japan. And I just wonder if this is going to be a physical and mental test for the Chinese player here in this deciding game. But she's started very well, 2 quick points.
Well, we've seen her develop over the last 12 months, but what she is she's a real battler. And mentally, she's probably the strongest of the current crop of young Chinese players. Technically, I think there are more gifted players. I think physically there's 1 or 2 more gifted players as well, but this girl's really tenacious in her attitude. And I think certainly when she plays her compatriots, she seems to have the edge over them in just mental toughness and perseverance.
Found the line.
Collection out.
Oh, well, the umpire making a correction.
1-3. Collection out.
Tine Baun did not like the fact that Wang Shixian made a little yell of delight as the shuttle was landing.
Play.
Oh, well, it was desperately close. I think it was a good correction by the umpire. I think it was just a fraction wide.
Until that point, I was just going to make the point, Jill, we discussed it during the Malaysian tournament last week, that where Wang's very good is coming off the breaks. She's very strong, and she did it again here. She got the first 3 points. She comes out very, very quick. She comes back onto court, very positive always, tries to take the initiative. That little run of points at the beginning was just halted by that correction, that overrule from the umpire.
4-2.
But she is a very positive player coming onto court.
Yeah, she is very vocal after rallies she wins, isn't she, Wang Shixian? And I know that that annoys some of her opponents, and I think Tine Baun included.
Yeah, she has got the ability to get under the skin of some of her opponents, that's for sure. But sometimes that's no bad thing. That's what gets her up and motivated and positive. She has to use it.
Well, and I'm not sure I totally agree with you on that, Ian. It's a bit like the tennis players, the female players grunting when they hit the ball, because the scientists have said that it's not necessarily helping them in their hitting of the ball, and it certainly is annoying as a spectator. For goodness sake, there was 1 or 2 matches at the Australian Open where I could hardly watch because the noise level from the players was so extreme. Every single ball that was hit. And I know that's not the case here in badminton, but it's also, certainly after a great rally, I'm all for players showing that they're pleased and showing their emotions, but this loud, almost squeal of delight that's a real feature of some of the players, I'm not sure that it's terribly good for the sport. It's a good rally. Yeah, long, hard-fought rally. And Baun-Shixian is tired. It's rallies like that that are going to hurt her. Yeah, I didn't see the little expression after that rally. Obviously frustrated with herself.
Tine hanging on well here. What she must do from this end, which she has certainly found more difficult, is in her head she'll be trying to score as many points as she possibly can to get to the break so that she's still in the match. I'm tempted to come back to the point one more time, Jill.
Go on, go for it.
In that, you know, I think it's part of this girl's personality. I don't always like it. She sometimes does it when her opponents have made mistakes, which I don't particularly appreciate. But it's part of her personality, and I'm all for us developing personalities in the game. I think it's her character. I think she's a very determined character. She's mentally tough, and that's her way of getting herself going. And in that respect, it differentiates her from one or two of the other players, which I'm all for at the moment. So there are times when I don't like it, but I do like to see the players expressing some emotion on the court. I don't think there's anything wrong
I agree with that. Yeah.
And sometimes she's a young girl, sometimes maybe she goes over the top where opponents make a mistake, but I'm all for her showing a bit of character on court.
Yeah, fine line between character and not playing within the spirit of sport.
Service over. 9-5.
And it's just drifting a little bit from Tine here. She's really got to dig in here, see if she can get another couple of points at this end, because she played very confidently from the far end, but she needs to be in the match turning round.
Oh, it's landed in. Yeah, we've got good sight of that line from where we're sitting. That was a good call by the line judge.
Again, Tina's got too much experience to be put off by the ends, I feel. Should be coping with this a little better than she is at the moment.
Well, the umpire wanting to have a word with the Danes, saying you can't take too long in between rallies. I think that was a little harsh. Don't think it was excessive time. But good that he's keeping a control of the match. That's going well wide. Thought for a moment that Baun-Shixian was going to play that one.
Change end.
So a 6-point advantage. And given the point that you were making, Ian, that Tine Baun really had to be in this deciding game at the change of ends. 6-point deficit is quite a gap to close down.
Yes, she seemed to just lose focus there, a little bit frustrated with herself. Really focusing on the tactics needed from the more difficult end. I feel she's, with all of her experience, she could have found ways to pick a few more points up from that end. I don't think she's out of it because she played so well from the far end in the second game.
Yeah.
But she's given herself a real tall task, I have to say. I'm sure Lars just trying to get a positive again. She's just tending towards negativity in this match, isn't she, Jill? Which is a surprise for me. Yes, it is. I find that quite surprising. She's normally a very positive match player. She's just getting a little frustrated with herself.
11-5. Play.
Yeah, there's the good net shot. That's what brought her so much success in that second game.
Service over.
And part of it is mental discipline to say, right, I'm going to really outstretch that racket arm. I'm going to lunge forward as quickly as I possibly can. Take the shuttle early. Oh, she's done it again there. That's good. It doesn't follow it up. The unforced error.
Service over. 12-6.
Yes, and with the deficit at the change, she can't afford mistakes like that. That was unforced. She'd got the good net shot in. She's got time on the shuttle. She needs to make those attacking shots now.
good rally as far as the Dane is concerned.
Service over. 7-12.
But so much more positive in a shot selection from this far side. She's really dictated the 3 rallies, even though she's made one mistake to lose a point. She's dominated the 3 rallies tactically.
Service
It's a
over.
real mix at the moment, isn't it?
13-7.
Making mistakes we're not used to seeing from her.
Yeah, that's a good backhand.
Service over.
Just changing it up instead of playing the tight spinning net shot. Pushing the shuttle directly at her opponent.
Service over. 14-8. Service
Better
over.
judgment there.
9.
Again, the shuttle flying
40.
slightly quicker from this near side.
That's a good drop shot. Yeah, using her height so well.
10-40.
Well, it was a 6-point deficit at the change of ends in this deciding game. It's only 4 points, but you really do sense, as far as Danish fans are concerned, they want Tine